Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Love Chronicles on the Commas podcast. This episode, we've got Rashad Lambert, former senior executive vice president at Forbes, founder of Forbes The Culture and the Black Excellence Society. We're going to dive into why he is terrified of the current dating scene and what he plans to do to find his future wife.
Welcome to Commas.
Commas is all things tech.
You see culture and technology coming together.
Life hacks.
The practicality right now in the inefficiency of the internet of buying and selling stuff is extraordinary.
Entrepreneurship advice.
I think the first thing is you got to understand your business inside out.
Love and tech.
I've almost reduced dating to kind of this very momentary snap of a person.
It's gonna be a fire show.
I have yet to see something these days that's truly differentiated.
New advice and new inspiration every show.
It really is about the next generation of creatives going faster, further than we did.
Now let's start stacking them commas.
Rashad,
Sequoia,
what's going on?
everything is going on.
All right, so tell me a little bit
Beautiful
about
day.
your business. Like, what's going on in your business life?
Okay. So tell you about the business or tell you about what's going on? 'Cause those are two different things.
Tell me
Okay,
about the
okay.
business first.
So currently, my background is in marketing. I've been in marketing for 20 plus years.
Wow. Okay.
And I have two marketing companies. One is an agency where we focus on art strategy and diversity for large Fortune 500 companies. Another one is focused on digital marketing and how to best pivot from an analog model, I guess I would say, into a more digital focused strategy. Had that business since '09. One of our first foray into it was helping brick and mortar businesses translate into the digital space. And I'm a Six Sigma black belt. So my marketing agency is the only Six Sigma marketing company in the world. We focus on business process improvement, not just business improvement. Because I can come in and fix it, but then when I leave, if you go back to the same things you were doing before, then you're gonna have to come and hire me again, which I don't mind, but it's not sustainable.
Yeah. So now that we got that out the way,
Mhm.
are you single?
Yeah, I am single.
Okay. So are we dating or what?
You got to give me the definition of dating.
Give it to me.
So am I actively dating?
Yeah.
Am
Give me
I
that
dating?
definition too. I'm very curious.
So,
about
like-
all of it.
It really depends. Like all of these things have multiple definitions. I told you it's gonna be a fun end.
Yes, it-
Actively dating is when you are in pursuit of something. So you're trying different, different recipes.
What are you in
For love.
pursuit of when you're actively dating?
Me, I don't actively date.
But when you are,
But when someone is actively dating, I would hope that they're in pursuit of love or some type of like finality, right? Even though love is not necessarily a destination, it's just like just another road. But
So the last man I was dating
Mhm.
said he was actively dating.
he did.
4 months later, we found out he was married.
Yeah, that's different. That's what I'm saying. That's very different. He was actively dating, all right. He was actively married. He was actively cheating.
Well, he was separated. So can you actively date and be separated?
All right. Now let me ask you some questions. He was separated from what? He was separated from the truth. He was separated
that's a
from.
good question.
Yeah.
He was separated from his wife.
Okay. But did they still live together?
No, they lived
Okay.
in different houses.
Okay. But
They
they
were-
weren't divorced yet. Were they in like reconciliation? Were they
No,
in
they
therapy?
went through
or
the
any of
process
that?
of getting divorced.
Okay. Which is a process.
Yeah. Okay. Have you been divorced?
No.
Okay.
Not in a romantic relationship. I've been through a business divorce.
Oh, tell me more about that.
Yeah. Well, I can't tell you a lot about it because it's still in progress. Sorry, to be continued. But there's some
Oh, let me
things-
ask you this. Does
Sure.
it feel, you've been in a serious relationship? Yes.
Absolutely. I've
Okay.
been in many.
Does it feel like a divorce from a serious relationship?
This one, yes, in some ways. I can tell you the ways that it does feel like that. It feels like that in the ways that you know how in a breakup there's always a winner and a loser, even if it's not, if that's not the goal, but there's always one person, even when you say it's mutual, there's one person who feels like they were more on the side of being ready to break up than the other person, right? So in this case, it's it's more vindicating. The freedom from the bond is more vindicating than the actual, process is.
Interesting. Okay. So with your relationship life, you're not actively dating, you're just casually dating. That's the opposite.
I guess, but I also feel like that's another thing also. So like actively dating is when you are dating like with a purpose, right? Casually dating is when you're like auditioning. It's kind of like it's kind of like the difference between when you're actively job seeking and you're casually job seeking.
Like you don't know, but you might pick up something, but you're looking for some other things.
Well, no, like when you're actively job seeking, right? It's like you have a specific
Right, but the casual
place that you're trying to get to. On the casual side, it's more like, if I get it, I get it. It's fine. But like, I'm not really, I'm not really trying. And then the dating part, which is where I feel like this is like a common misconception within our generation, is that the dating part I feel like is more so a focused effort.
So what do you do?
Like solo, huh?
What are you doing?
I'm working.
I'm dead. But with your dating life, what are you doing? Do you call it casual? Do you call it active? What do you
No, I would say so. I am a serial like monogamist, right? So when I am dating, I'm usually in a relationship, or that's usually the next step. Now, if I'm being fully honest, and this is probably something I haven't said anywhere, so you're the exclusive, but because of the nature of where I am in my business life, I'm not necessarily actively, casually, or trying to pursue a relationship at this moment for a couple of different reasons. And my thoughts come in threes, so I'll give you all three.
Okay.
One is because there's a commitment that you make to another person. You take on a role in that person's life, and you take on the responsibility of their emotions and everything that's going on in their life as well, right? And that's something I take seriously. I don't come into anybody's life as sort of happenstance. I feel like it should be done with purpose.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two is there has to be in like religion they call it equally yoked, right?
Yes.
So there has to be an understanding, and you'll probably get to this question, so I might be skipping ahead, but one of the most common things that I run into in my dating life is that, and I've been an entrepreneur full time since '09, but I really have been like it's been almost my whole life that I've been an entrepreneur, and the most common complaint, I guess I would say, that I get is that I don't have time, right?
No, I don't say it.
Yeah, but no. I don't say it. It's what's said to me. It's what women say to me, right?
Oh, okay, that you're not
And
making time.
yeah, that I'm not making time. That's the key. See, we're gonna be here, so clear. Read some of that. It's not that I don't have time. I wasn't making time because I wasn't investing in those places. As an entrepreneur, time is a finite resource
Right,
for
yeah,
all of us.
absolutely.
But time is one of the most valuable things that I have. So if I'm not giving it somewhere, it means I probably don't want to. I did get to a point where I started to absorb those things that they were saying, and I started to believe that, like, oh, well, maybe I don't have time. And then I got into a relationship where I was overly invested. Like I wanted to give all my time to it, right? And I was like, oh, well, I can do it if I want to.
Right.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Go figure. So sorry, that's two. And then three is I I do believe in marriage, right? I believe in long-term relationships. I believe that dating is um it is like a freeway, and then getting off that freeway onto a main road is when you get into love and marriage and all that other stuff, right? So at some point I want to get off onto that main road, but I only want to do it one time.
Right. But how do you do that if you're not dating? How do you find that person?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I've never dated.
No, I mean,
Like I have dated.
at what point do you feel like it's time to get off the freeway?
That's a good question. It really depends on the person, right? It's not, for me, it depends on the other person. I have to feel
But who's this person
comfortable.
if you're not dating?
I have to feel comfortable enough with someone,
Okay.
right, that I feel like I can put that turn signal on and take that exit.
But you're not even on the freeway. You're not dating. So I don't understand.
You're good, Sequoia. You're good.
So how do you get there? How do you get off the road onto the 85 South? How do you
At some point, I will date, right? At some point. And again, I have dated. If we're talking about, I'm like the semantics guy. So when you said, I'm talking about right now in this very moment, like what's happening in my life today, right? However, that doesn't mean that, tomorrow or 2 weeks from now or a month from now or 2 weeks ago or a month ago, right? I'm saying currently, actively, no, or casually or
You just
passively
gotta
or
pause on it all.
yeah, I'm a measure twice, cut once kind of person, right? So that's something that I actually learned from my uncle. He was an electrician, and I was his apprentice when I was a kid. And with wire, when you're cutting wire, you can't recut it. Like once you cut it, it's cut, right? So you got to measure multiple times to make sure that that's where you want to make the cut. Because once you cut it, if it's too short, if it's too long, you can't use it. So I use that same sort of methodology in my life. Like I want to make sure that before I invest my time, because again, time is valuable, that what I'm investing in is actually worth my time.
Okay, this is what I'm trying to understand. So
Okay.
when women are meeting men,
Mm-hmm.
meeting women,
Mhm.
so do you feel like you're just gonna float into her and then you'll say, hey, maybe she's worth your time?
Probably.
Oh,
This is where we are, unfortunately, as a society, as a single man, as a single black man in America. I am scared to death to be out here dating. Like you can't do, like you can't, it is extremely difficult for men in general. I'm not going to just say, but I'm speaking from my experience as a single black man in this country after all of the stuff that is going on now, right? Man, and I'm not just talking about the fact that I could be randomly murdered. I'm talking about that you can. Let me add another part to that. As a single black man, as an entrepreneur, as I didn't get into what I used to do, but I'm a former senior vice president of Forbes. I started Forbes of Culture, founded on the Black Excellence Society, I founded TBS Ventures. Like because of those things, where I'm willing to place my energy in dating is very different because I don't know if the interest is genuine.
that's what I was about to ask you. So your accolades make you afraid of dating.
But not to me. Like it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not an issue for me.
Right, you're afraid of what women will approach you and like why they're approaching.
Afraid is the wrong word. But
Okay, what's the word?
it's terrified. It's probably a better word because one wrong comment, one misconstrued sentence, any of those things could be it. Like,
Are you Googling women once you meet them?
no, I don't do that. I would hire a private investigator if I wanted to do that. But that's not going to tell me anything. You have to experience.
To unfold.
You have to experience people to learn their motives, right? So essentially, because of the type of work that I do, I usually meet the women that I have dated. They have to be somewhat probably already close to me or come through another person in order for me to even think that, because a lot of times like people, I don't want to call it, well, yeah, I guess I would say it's weird. It's a very weird world out here, right? So there are people that are more familiar with you than you are with them. It's not real. Like they don't really know you. They think they know you, right? So their idea of what they think they like about you and what they all of these things is like it's like a delusions of grandeur, right? So I need to understand if this is this a real person? Like is this a is this like what is this? Like
What's
what
her
are you
intention?
what are your intentions? Who are you? Like what why is this immediate familiarity because you follow me on social media?
That's interesting.
Or is it because there's actually something there?
That's really interesting to me because you guys as men don't care about a woman's accolades. So you look at your accomplishments and you're like, I'm trying to protect my accomplishments. But if she's super established.
Oh, I've been there too. I've dated women that were way more accomplished than me.
But then would she still terrify you?
Yes.
Why though?
Because hey, do you watch the news?
Sorry.
Do you have the internet? Like that doesn't matter. I'm telling you, emotions is probably the part that is the most terrifying because again, one wrong comment, one misconstrued thing, or one it could be an argument going wrong, and now I'm on TMZ or something. Like I don't, those things are not. I always say my friends kind of joke around and like, man, we should have got married when we was teenagers. Cause, well, no, I mean they did, but like at least we know that the women that we were dating, we were dating at that time. One of my brothers, Black, my brother Phil, like they are when it comes to like marriage and like relationships, I use them as my North Star because they've been married for forever. About Tox, like they've been married since we was like right after high school pretty much. So I look at them and I see they're still married, still happy, still having cookouts. Like I just was at their house recently for the family cookout. Like those are the sort of things that I look at, and that is where as in the public sphere, right, it seems like everybody is chasing the other stuff. I like that. That's what I'm interested in. We don't necessarily, I had somebody recently tell me, well, not that recent, but a woman said, oh, we could be like a power couple.
Oh, okay. You just reminded me of a conversation. So Atheon just did Dear Future Wifey podcast, and he said the same thing. Like, you guys don't care about the power couple.
No, that's not.
I want the girl who is down for me in whatever way. If she's assisting my business, that's cool.
Yeah, but power couple could be cool, but don't tell me that you want to be a power couple. Like,
don't come with those intentions.
Yeah, that's because that means that you're looking at this, and this is, and again, I can't speak for women because I would never speak for women, but I'm saying it seems to be that on the woman's side, that the ideas of what they come into a dating situation or a relationship with is looking at what this looks like in the future based on us before we even know each other, before we have any conversation, before there's anything that goes on. It's like they're already like, okay, so we could do this together, we could do that together. It's like we don't even know each other yet. Like we haven't even, you don't even know, like the internet is such a free flowing now, especially with AI. Like anybody can look like anything. Like you don't really know these people. So when you like, if you develop those types of ideas after we've been on a few dates or something, or after we've had some type of an interaction, then that's different. But when you tell me that and we're complete strangers and you're not joking, that's a little frightening because now that means that you're thinking about how I can benefit you versus how we can benefit each other.
I agree. I used to be that person. I used to be like, I want to be a power couple. I could care less. I am not interested in it. Like I am totally fine cooking bacon in the kitchen and I don't even eat bacon. So I totally understand.
No pork on my fork.
Me neither. Where you come from. Well, okay. This has been an amazing interview. Thank you so much. It was super insightful. Where can the people find you? Slide into your DMs. Do you care if women slide into your DMs?
They ain't gonna do it regardless.
Slide into your DMs. How can they find you?
My name is Rashad Lambert, Rashaad Lambert. That's where you can find me everywhere. On Instagram is just my first and last name. Twitter, Facebook. I think I have a Facebook. LinkedIn. Oh, it's all the same. You know, that's the most popular dating site now, LinkedIn.
I've been trying to just well,
It's so crazy.
guys.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
I'm a beta tester. I've been testing it out.
Listen, I'm on LinkedIn and I read my like I don't check because I don't get like social media notifications, but when I go check my LinkedIn messages. I'm like, these seem very personal. This is different. Like it didn't used to be like this. People used to go, "Hey, congratulations on your work anniversary." Yeah, it's like this is weird. But
Yeah, well, you got to figure out where to find them.
I guess you get it. I mean that makes sense. If you want to look, if you're looking to be a power couple, you know, find the top voices on LinkedIn.
Yep. All right, cool. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thanks for checking out the latest episode of Love Chronicles on the Commas Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your content so you don't miss an episode. If you are trying to find your voice and you want to create your own content, whether that be podcasts, from the stage, or on social media, go ahead and log on to www.hollywoodtosiliconvalley.com. That's hollywoodtosiliconvalley.com. And sign up for our Find Your Voice program because we want to help you tell your stories and find your voice. Until next time, may your heart be open and your ambitions soar.
Let's keep stacking them commas.
Stacking them commas.